Hey happy homemakers, welcome back. Spring cleaning is already upon us and I've been on a major kick just cleaning and organizing everything in my life, and surprisingly I've been enjoying the process, so I hope this video will provide you guys with the motivation you need to get in and start organizing and cleaning your homes as well. So this is the overview of my very messy pantry. You can see there's a couple little baskets in there, so there's a little organization going on, but over time I get lazy and things just get cluttered and chaotic. So I thought this spring I'm just going to give my pantry a makeover. I have a very small pantry to begin with, so I knew I was going to have to come up with a good storage system and go invest a little money in purchasing some bins. So I know the dollar store is a great place to get organizing bins, especially if you're on a budget. I do like these more budget-friendly options from Target. The smallest white baskets were like $1.99 each, and then the large one I think was $4.99. And then I also got these, I think they're half-gallon glass jars from the cookware section at Target. These are like $6.99 each, but I just thought they would look really nice in my shelves. And then the two polka dot bins are from the kids section actually, and they were cheaper than the ones in like the home decor section. So make sure if you guys go and get some of these bins that you look there first. And I actually think the gold polka dots are pretty cute. I am hoping to put some exposed shelving up in my kitchen. I have a nook they would be perfect in. I think these glass jars displayed on them filled with sugar and flour and oats would be so cute. So that's what I plan to do in the future, but for now they're just going in my pantry. So if you guys have been watching my channel for a while, you know that my favorite way to clean and organize things is to just remove all of the contents from the cupboard completely. I also find that this is a way to keep myself motivated to completely finish the job too, because otherwise there will just be chaos everywhere. So anyways, I just really encourage this method because A, you can completely clean out the cupboards without anything getting in the way, but also just kind of gives you a blank canvas for organizing and getting creative with the space. After I wiped out the cupboard with my all-purpose spray, I just washed the glass jars with a little bit of soap and warm water. I just wanted to do that before I put any food into them. When you dry the glass jars, you want to make sure that you dry them thoroughly, or at least air dry them until they're completely dry, so that whatever food you are putting inside of it will stay dry and last longer, and also it won't stick to the bottom of the jar. The reason I bought these glass jars is because of the very wide mouth. I wanted to be able to fit a measuring cup in there when I was baking, just because that would be more convenient. The jars I had them in previously just had too small of an opening, so I'd end up having to pour it and it was just kind of making a mess. So I really love the look and the function of these glass jars, and I just filled them each with old-fashioned oats. And if you're wondering why my sugar looks funny, it is raw sugar. It's a little bit better for you because it's not bleached and processed like white sugar is. And then in the last one I have white flour from Trader Joe's, which is unbromated, which I don't really know all the details about unbromated flour, but look it up, it's better for you. So with the jars I already had that had too small of an opening, which are actually from IKEA. They're really great price there. I just put grains and things in them. So in the first one, I filled it with some quinoa, and then in the other one, I put some brown rice. I have 3 sizes of them, and I just think they look so pretty on the shelves. I love this style of jar. Something I've been trying to do a little bit more of lately is have some food storage. I still need to really build this up, but like I said, I have very limited space in my pantry, so I'll probably have to like move some of it out to the garage at some point. But for now, it still just fits in the very back of my pantry, and since I'm not always getting to that stuff, I just thought it was still a good place there. I also stuffed anything that didn't fit into the glass jars I bought, so like the quinoa and a little bit of extra flour. So the way I decided to organize things was by putting baking items on the bottom shelf, and then any like cooking items that are more savory I put on the top shelf. Grains, tomato sauce, pastas, things like that. I also put some canned goods in the bottom that were more baking related, so I have a can of coconut and a can of pumpkin down there too. I needed a better way to organize my pasta because it's just kind of laying in there, and I buy this huge package at Costco. I thought it would save the most space if I set it up on its side. So for now I have this decorative box, but what I would like to get is one of those clear acrylic ones. I just need to find the right size of square. For my pasta and baking stuff, I already had them in one of these medium-sized white bins. So I just stood the pasta upright and took out the beans and popcorn because I was going to put that in a different section. I like having them standing up because I can actually see what I have better inside of the pantry, but also it just saves space that way. There's so many like little things in baking that it's kind of hard to really organize all of it. So I just thought putting everything orderly into a basket would help the best. So I have baking powder, baking soda, all of my flavorings like vanilla and almond flavoring, and then some chocolate chips, that kind of thing in the second basket. I am constantly reaching for olive oil and salt, so I put them at the front of the shelf so they'd be very easy to grab. After that, I just placed my miscellaneous baking items that I use pretty frequently at the front of the shelf. In the smallest jars from IKEA, I put like hazelnuts, pecans in one, cashews. I don't have a huge amount of those nuts, so the smallest jars are perfect. In this small drawer, there really is nothing other than spices that can fit into it. So there's really nothing I can do to organize better because I have so many spices other than just kind of arranging them. So in the row closest to me, I placed all of my cooking spices, and then the row behind it, I put all my baking spices like cinnamon, nutmeg, that kind of thing. And the third row, I just put the ones that I use the least frequently. When everything is emptied out of the shelves, it is the perfect time to just grab a vacuum and just vacuum everything out. And I just got this Dyson, so I'm using any excuse I can to do that, which this one is the V7, and it is so much cheaper than the other models. It's actually comparatively a really affordable price, so I'll have that link down below for you guys if you're interested. But again, I just purged everything out of this drawer. So in the very bottom shelf, it's kind of the biggest one. I have just some random stuff that I actually ended up getting rid of to free up some space, but this area I like to keep my potatoes, onions, anything like that. But I felt like the drawer was just so shallow, so it was just not making the best use of the space. So that's what I got those big cloth bins for. But before I organized all that, I just vacuumed everything out of the drawer and then also behind it as well. I have been waiting to put these in ever since I bought them because I knew that they would be so handy, and I love them. Like I said, they're cheaper in the kids section, so look there. But these worked out so great, the perfect size, and they just hold so much stuff and they look cute as well. This is just kind of like my catch-all drawer. It has plastic forks, napkins, plates, and then like my superfoods like chia seeds and coconut flakes, that kind of a thing. And it's just kind of absolute chaos. The interesting thing I've found is that when it's all organized, I feel more like actually using those superfoods and stuff, where if it's clutter like this, I don't even want to pull that drawer out. So a lot of that has just been sitting there, but I'm really looking forward to making superfruit smoothies and throwing in maca powder and chia seeds and all of that really good stuff. And what I decided to do with all of the bagged items, like there's no way I could get enough glass jars to put all of these little bag things in. That would just get really expensive, and I don't think my pantry could hold more glass jars. So everything that came inside of a bag, I just stood up on its end. And then I have a lot of candy making stuff, caramel apple making stuff, sprinkles, that kind of a thing, birthday candles, all of those little items that just didn't really stack up were perfect in this medium-sized basket. And I know moving forward it's going to help me keep this so much more organized. I feel like with organizing, for someone like me who struggles with it, if I'm going to maintain it, I have to invest some money into it. So buying whatever bins and storage containers you need will probably help you be excited to keep things organized. At least that's how it works for me. Let me know if it's the same way for you. Something also needed to be done with my paper plates and utensils. They were always a mess, and I didn't think of what to do until a few days later. I got a bigger flat bin to organize all of them inside. This bin was the perfect size for all of my paper utensils, and it fit perfectly in that little slot in my pantry, and it made me so happy. Behind all my cookbooks, I have a little bit more storage stuff and some baby utensils that I don't use right now. Unfortunately, there's just no better place for my cookbooks at the moment, so what I did was just kind of reorganize them and put the same size books together, and it actually ended up looking a lot more orderly and a lot nicer. I only ended up using one of the tiniest baskets from Target, and that was to organize my vitamins, which don't actually go into my pantry, but I wanted to show you anyways because I should have done this so much sooner. This makes it so much more easy for me to just grab all of my vitamins and just remember to take them every day. I've been doing so much better because of this, and that is the end of this video. My pantry turned out looking so nice and neat, and every time I open it I just get so happy and excited and just want to keep it this way. Having those extra bins just made all of the difference out, and I hope that this video served to motivate you guys to do the same thing to your pantry. If you want to show me a picture, I'd love to see it, so tag me on Instagram when you guys are done with your pantries. My Instagram is @JustineMarie55, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.